I've been in the financial service industry since the age of 18. When I first started trading, gold was trading around $636 an ounce. Every single person, no matter how good a trader they are going to have a losing trade. The best analogy, I think, for trading is comparing it to cricket. A bad trader, he's letting passion overriding what he's doing, like a bad batsman.
Hey there, my name is Kritesh and welcome to Trademan's YouTube channel. Today with us is James. He is Head of Research and Marketing at One Royal. And today we are going to do a lot of discussion about trading and trading psychology. So hi James, welcome to the channel. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, and thank you very much for having me. It's a real honor to be a part of this show. So thank you very much.
Okay. So let's start with knowing a little bit about you first. So as we know, I know a little bit about yourself that you have been doing trading for a lot of time. But just for
Mhm.
our audience, if you can introduce yourself, your trading journey, how it has been so far.
Absolutely, be a pleasure. Like I say, my name is James Trescothick. I'm the head of market research and market analysis here at One Royal. Now, I've been in the financial service industry since the age of 18. I'm now 47, so I'm an old man, but never mind. But anyway, I started out in trading back in 2006, where I started trading gold through the Dubai Gold and Commodity Exchange. I'm a huge gold bug. I love gold. Just to go to show you how old I am, when I first started trading, gold was trading around $636 an ounce. A long time ago.
How much you have
Anyway,
invested in that one?
what was
I'm
that?
sure,
What's that? Sorry.
I'm sure you have bought a lot of that in that quantity at that price.
I traded a lot of that because we knew back then it was going to go to $1,000. But anyway, I ran a sales floor at the Philippine Stock Exchange
Hmm.
during the times of the financial crisis, 2008, when that started. And again, of course, we were trading gold, and we were right with our prediction. Just to say, like I say, gold in many ways is my first love. I then moved to being a portfolio manager for several very large retail brokerages, which I was there for a very long time. Then I sort of drifted into dealing, obviously, being a director as well. And of course, I then moved into education and market commentary, which is what I do now. I comment a lot on what's happening in the market, giving sort of my view on what I think is happening, but I try and do it in a very simple, back to basics term, and try and keep it entertaining as well, because we all know finance can be a little boring. So, I try and make it light and informative. And yeah, and this is what I am now doing at One Royal. So
Okay.
I've been in the industry for nearly probably about 20 years now, and I love it. I love the markets.
So that is a very long journey, and I'm sure it's going to be even longer. Okay.
Well, I hope so.
Okay. So you mentioned that you're a commenter. I mean, you like commenting on the markets and all.
Mm,
So a lot of time, even trading is considered as a sport. So if you have to
yes.
compare trading as one sport, what would you suggest? What would you pick?
Okay, well, this doesn't have to necessarily, this is not because of my family name or my family connection at all. But the best analogy, I think, for trading is comparing it to cricket,
Oh,
and in particularly a batsman. Okay,
okay.
because if you think of it this way, a
Hmm.
bad batsman, okay, he goes up to the crease, okay, he's got his little, he's got his bat there ready, and before he's even seen the ball from the bowler, he's already made up in his mind because he's excited. He's going to go for a six. He's always decided before he's even seen it. So then the ball comes across, and he's out because he's let excitement and passion. He's already made his mind up what to do,
Hmm.
and he's out. Whereas a good batsman, he stands at the crease and he doesn't know what he's going to do yet. He takes a look to his right to see where the fielders are, looks to look to his left, looks to see the different angles he could possibly go in. And when the ball comes, then he decides, all right, I'm going to pop it to the right. I'm going to pop it to the left. There's a little gap there. And when, and only when, he sees the perfect ball, does he go for a six. Now, that's very much like trading. I'll explain why. A bad trader, gets his charts, his platform up, looks at it, and he's already decided, I'm going to make a fortune today. I'm going to make 100,000. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to kill the market. Again, he's letting passion overriding what he's doing. And as we know, that type of attitude leads to negative accounts being wiped out, like a bad batsman. Whereas a good trader, he doesn't know what he's going to do yet. He analyzes the market, he takes his time, he looks at the conditions of the market. And only when he sees the right opportunity, which fits into his plan, does he trade. And more importantly, a good trader takes all the passion out of his decision making. He doesn't get excited. He just keeps to a little plan. So that's the two differences between a bad batsman and a good batsman, and a bad trader and a good trader.
Okay. So, talking about cricket, my favorite batsman is like Sachin Tendulkar. And I also like Adam Gilchrist from Australian team. He was very good. I mean, growing up,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I watched a lot of cricket. But like the style
yeah.
changes for from batsman to batsman. Some cricketers are very aggressive. Adam Gilchrist was very
Mm-hmm,
aggressive and all. Some are defensive,
mm-hmm.
and some are mixed and all.
Yes,
So it's kind of a
yes,
personal question to you, like what kind of
yeah.
trader you are, aggressive, defensive, or mixed?
Okay. First of all, before I go on that, what do you think of my cousin?
Who
Did
is
you
your?
like my cousin, Marcus Trescothick?
Oh, he's your cousin.
He's my cousin. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you rate Marcus?
yeah, yes, I'm a big follower of him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
obviously he was left-handed,
Ha ha ha. He's
so
left.
he was a
And
left-hand. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I knew you were related. Because
There
of
you go. You
and all. I
see.
just didn't wanted to. But
Yeah,
I like him. He's a great player, and I follow him.
yeah. He's a good lad.
So you
We're
are
all
a
very
big. So he's your
very
favorite
proud of
cricketer?
him. Well, like I say, he's my connection to the cricket world because he's my cousin, you go, of course. So he's obviously that. But we're all very, very, very proud of you. Proud of him. To answer your question, though, am
Hmm.
I a aggressive trader or am I a cautious trader?
Hmm.
The answer to that, I'm very cautious. I take my time. I always have a sort of trading plan. I try my best. I'm only human to take all the sort of emotion and passion out of my trading decisions, which is difficult, especially when it comes to my first love, like trading gold, for example. But
Uh,
that's the plan. But I'm very cautious. I do take my time, and I have a plan as well, which I keep to religiously. I'm not aggressive in any way because I believe in slowly building your portfolio. Okay, that's what the banks do. That's what proper investment firms. They don't go in for the big win. They go for looking over time to build up their portfolio. So I do believe in patience and discipline with it when it comes to that.
Yeah, even like a lot of time when I discuss with my friends, I also say the same thing. Like even if you get 100% returns in a year, you're not going to become a millionaire. Even if you have like, but slowly compounding and all, like it takes time in a lot of things. So even I'm also like you, a cautious trader. I also don't
Yes.
believe in trading a lot just because I'm a trader. I wait for my setup and everything in that part. And coming to your next question, like
Mm,
because you have been doing it for a very long time, more than 20 years.
mm.
So there are a lot of mental challenges, mental models in the trading world and all. So what do you think? Which is the toughest one, or which is the one which every trader should know?
Okay. There's two big psychological hurdles that people struggle with. First of all, and this is the reality which people need to accept when they go into market. Every single person, no matter how good a trader they
Hmm.
are going to have a losing trade. As simple as that. It's part of the game.
Hmm.
It's part of trading. You're going to have a losing trade. Now, a lot of people think they can go in and just win, 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 win. No, you are going to have losing trades. It's the nature of the beast.
Hmm.
So as soon as you can accept that not every single trade you do is going to go your way, you can start accepting a risk management plan which can control it and help you. However, the next biggest challenge, or the biggest challenge I think that every single, and I mean every single trader goes through, every beginning trader, every even medium trader goes through, is the battle of hope and fear. Everybody does this. Now, people listening to this great show, ask yourself this question. If you listen to this, you realize you're doing it, and hopefully you can get out of it. And I'll tell you what the battle of hope and fear is. Now, picture this: you're in the market, okay, and you have a winning trade, it's in the green, okay. You start getting that happy feeling in your belly. You're excited. You're like, oh, yeah, brilliant. I'm happy. I'm winning. Then because of what's happened in the past, you suddenly start getting that little, oh, hang on, he might go against me any minute. I might start losing. So, oh, I better go. I better get out of the market now. So, what you then do is you close the trade and you snatch that profit, taking a very small amount. And then there's the reverse side of that story. You have a losing trade in the market and it's going against you. It's going to get bigger and bigger. Now, you don't close it. No, you don't close it. Instead, you start hoping that it's going to turn around, that any minute now the market's going to bounce back. But it doesn't. It starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger before you've had to take a really big loss or you're tapped out. Now, the battle of hope and fear is huge. Now, if you look at majority of unsuccessful trading accounts, they may have like 20 successful trades and maybe 10 losing trades. But those 20 successful trades are small amounts where they jumped out in the market too quickly. And those 10 trades are huge amounts, is where they've held on too long, hoping it would turn itself around. So this is one of the most difficult things any trader can do. And the reason for that is based on memories, which is controlled by a limbic system of our brain. And we remember times in the market where we're in a winning trade and then we suddenly lose. So we get fearful. And we also remember when we're in a winning trade, we've closed it and it's suddenly bounced back. So this is playing with our memories. So this is why we react like that. Now, the only way, and it's really difficult, my friend. It's not easy. And I'm telling you now, you and your listeners, this is not easy to do, but it's the most difficult thing to do. The only way to real conquer this is you turn those emotions around. So basically, when you're in a winning trade, you hope for it to go higher. And when you're in a losing trade, you fear it's going to get worse. That way, you can hold on to a winning position and tap out of a losing position before it gets too big. And realistically, the only way to achieve that is a trader's journey, diary, journal, and coming up with a plan, which will then take those emotions away. So the battle of hope and fear is huge. That's one of the biggest challenges every single trader faces.
Actually, James, I agree on this one. Like, even when I started, not me, I mean, all my friends, everyone, we can easily hold on till our stop loss. If the
Yeah,
market is going, I was okay कि हाँ, until unless my stop loss is hit, I'm not exiting the trade. But it was very difficult to hold on in target.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
It's,
used
it's, it's
I used to book early, like in between only. Like if I had even a couple of dollars in profit, I'll book. But when I was in loss, I will hold on till the stop loss. But I learned it a very hard way, like after doing like 4 or 5 years of trading and all. If
mm,
this was
mm,
given to me, told to me in the initial days, 1 or 2 years, the journey would have been shorter. But this is
yeah,
one,
yeah.
I feel like this is one of the biggest mistake everyone does in the trading world.
See, the thing is, the battle of hope and fear, every single one, every single person who's starting off or been trading for a couple of years go through. It's impossible not to do that because everybody goes through it. It's just the thing is, it's like everything in life.
Hmm.
Once you realize what the problem is and what's happening, that is when you can address it and solve it. So, once you realize you're suffering from hope and fear, and like I would say to your listeners and to, people watching,
Hmm.
look at your trading account. I'm sure you will see what I just said, a load of winning trades, small losing trades, but all the winning ones are small and all the big ones are big. When you see that, then you realize this is the hurdle you've got to overcome and beat.
Okay. Next, coming to like your personal trading journey, I will want
Mhm.
to know about the most wildest or unforgettable trades something, sometime in which you might have made a huge fortune by trading that one, or negative side also can be something like where you lost a big fortune, something most unforgettable moment from your trading career.
Yeah. Well, there is several I can think of, but obviously, like I said, I'm a gold trader, so I've been trading gold for a very long time. But I remember one particular time. This is going back 2007, I think. This is during a time where gold was very closely correlated with oil. Okay.
Mm.
And I remember there was a hurricane. I can't remember exactly the name of the hurricane, which was approaching the Gulf of Mexico. And there was a big, it was a big one. It was a big one. It was like five, Hurricane five level, whatever. And me and my colleagues were sure that if this hit
Hmm.
these oil rigs, it was obviously going to impact oil. And because oil was correlated with gold back then, if oil prices started to rise, gold were going to go up. So we got all those positions ready. I remember going into the office at 3:30 in the morning. We all went, no, we've got to go in for this. This is gonna be a good one. And when it hits, we're gonna jump in. It's gonna be a really good trade because it's gonna hit. Anyway, what happened was nothing. The hurricane did absolutely nothing,
Mhm.
no damage to oil rigs, and the market just did absolutely nothing. And gold, if anything, dropped. So all those sort of, excitement and success we were hoping for with that particular trade was really disappointing. So that was a really big disappointment for all of us. The other time, I think, not that I personally traded during that time, but I know a lot of people who were trading it who lost a lot of money, and brokerages, in fact, lost a lot of money at this time. It was a massive event. Happened in January 2015 when the Swiss National Bank removed the Euro Swiss franc peg. And that was just insane because the whole Forex market went absolutely nuts because it was a proper black swan event, a
Mhm.
real black swan event. And it nobody expected it. It just came out of the blue, and clients lost millions. Brokerages lost millions because of it. The big names like Alpari UK went bust within 24 hours. You're looking at Saxo Bank losing millions. It was an incredible event, which is long going to be in my memory. For one, I wasn't in the market, so I was excited. I was really like loving it because I wasn't exposed. But just watching the carnage, go across was just hilarious. Um, for successful experience, I've always been pretty good, bar that hurricane with gold. But I made a really good. I like soft commodities as well. I've done some really good sugar trades in my time because I like soft commodities. Um, and I've got a soft spot, obviously, for the British pound, US dollar, the cable. So I often trade that. I've got to keep to my roots somehow. You know what I mean? So I'm still English at heart. But yeah, those are some of the events I can remember very, very well.
Okay. So probably I was little young at that time, but a lot of time you are correct. The news-based events are difficult, and currently in the market scenario, because of what Trump is doing, uh,
Mm.
like announcing ceasefire when you don't know whether it's actually a ceasefire or not a ceasefire, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because of that, market reacting everything. This is something that we can learn from your experience. Ki, until and unless you are very certain, don't go for the oil trades and all.
Absolutely. I mean, what I will say about the current world we live in, or the current market conditions we live in,
Hmm.
I've never quite seen anything like this. Okay, I've traded through the credit crisis of 2008, the not banking crisis necessarily, the debt crisis in Europe with the pig nations, Portugal,
Hmm.
Ireland, Greece, Spain, etc.
Hmm.
The banking crisis over here in Cyprus, I lived through that. I've gone through the SMB situation, and the inflation crisis in 2022, just to
Hmm.
name just a few. But this, at the moment, what we're going through at the moment with the market at the moment is so wild. It's so unpredictable because, President Trump is so erratic. He will
No,
say something.
he'll announce a
eh,
tariff increase, then he'll announce a war,
Yeah,
something, anything.
yeah, and then the next day he changes his mind. This is why again at the same time, though the market's been absolutely crazy and so full of uncertainty and nobody knows what's going on, they've been trading the taco trade, of course, which I'm guessing you know what the taco trade is, yeah? Which stands for Trump always chickens out. So when he says something, they buy at the dip because they know next day he's going to change his mind. He's going to come back up again. So they've been trading that. The only thing I can say this is similar to what we're going through at the moment is something which happened in 2022, and it didn't affect the global economy, but
Hmm.
it affected the UK economy. And that was when Liz Truss was prime minister. And she announced that she was going to do a load of tax cuts. And I'm not quite sure if you remember, but this basically crashed the UK market. And the Bank of England had to bail out the stuff. And don't forget, she hadn't done anything. She just said she was going to.
Announced.
And this is what I love about the market as well, is because if a politician says something and the market looks at it and go, no, not a good idea, and it will tell you not a good idea. It will tell you this is not going to work. And it will warn you, and you go, actually, the market says it's not a good idea. I better not do it because the market always knows if it's a good idea or a bad idea because they look not what's happening tomorrow, they look what's going to happen in 10 years' time and if your idea is going to impact that. So the market will always tell you. And basically, she then resigned and it all then came back. But that was self inflicted. She did that herself.
Uh,
Now, what's going on with President Trump now is purely self inflicted. He's doing it and he's causing
no,
so
no.
much uncertainty.
Any day he's doing anything. One day he's fighting with Elon Musk. Another day he's fighting with China. Then he is
Yeah,
directly entering a war in which he is not related, announcing the ceasefire.
yeah, yeah.
Neither he is Israel, neither he is Iran. I don't know who gave him the power to announce those things. But how?
He doesn't have, no, he thinks he has but anyway, it's crazy times, and I've never known something so unhinged and unbalanced like what's going on in the market at the moment. But at least it's given us volatility
A lot of.
and it's given us opportunities. So there's always a positive in everything, isn't there? You know?
Okay. So James, we'll move forward to the last question. We have a little time
Yes.
constraint. So, I've also heard that you love films. So, if you
Yes,
have,
I do.
okay, so if you have to suggest one film for our viewers to watch, which can help them to learn about finance or market, which one would you suggest?
Okay. That's a tough question. Just numbering it down to one. I can tell you on a little journey, one of the reasons what I got in to this industry is because of certain films I saw as a kid, which was trading related. Because I've always going to be one of two things. I'm going to be a filmmaker
Hmm.
or a trader. And to be fair, I do a lot of videos for One Royal, so I do.
Uh,
So technically, I'm still a little bit of a filmmaker, but I'm a 100% financial analysis. But films I would recommend to watch. One, of course, is my personal favorite. What got me started? There's two films actually got me started being interested in this industry. One was Wall Street, Oliver Stone's Wall Street in 1987, which I found absolutely excellent and really exciting as a kid. I was only young, and even as a kid, I found it really exciting and interesting. And it does give you the little bit of an insight of how certain things happen and characters involved, type of people involved in the industry. Um, the other thing which got me really interested in trading as well is actually more of a Christmas movie. It's actually a comedy, but it does feature around trading, and that's a film called Trading Places. with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and they work at a commodities brokerage, which again is why I quite like commodities. And again, that gives you a little bit of insight on what the floor looked like back in the 90s, because this was 1983. This film was made. Gives you an idea what a trading floor was, but the importance of fundamentals as well, and understanding fundamental analysis with your trading decision. He sort of really introduces you into that. That I think is absolutely brilliant. Those I would probably say are my two favorites, actually, and two ones I would recommend.
Okay,
If
I'll
you want
write
to
it
get
down.
into a bit more modern day stuff,
Huh,
then you could watch obviously The Big Short,
the
but
big,
The Big
yeah.
Short only really focuses on, again, it's a true story,
Mm.
only really focuses on one aspect of trading. And really the film is not about, it's about trading, but it's more about people
Interesting.
guessing or realizing that things were going to tank.
Mm.
Um, you know, Margin Calls, I'm going through loads now. Margin Calls another really good film as well to watch, which features the credit crisis. But anyway, personally, Wall Street, Trading Places. There you go. There's my two
I've written
choices.
down both of them. Trading Places I have not watched, so I will definitely watch that one next. Okay.
It's very funny, mate. You'll love it.
ठीक है. So, I think that will be all for this one. Just the last question,
Perfect.
the
Yes.
interesting question. So, one final suggestion for the traders or investors who are just starting out, let's say for the new
Mhm.
generations who are just entering the market right now, what suggestion you will give to them?
So for new beginners, yeah?
New beginners, right?
Okay. Okay. Make sure you take your time to, first of all, understand the mechanics of what you're actually doing, what the market's all about. Because I think a lot of new traders, they tend to rush in thinking, right, I've got to learn, Bollinger Bands straight away, or moving averages straight away. No, 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 no. What you need to learn about first, all these are really important things to learn, but what you need to learn first is, what is the market? What's actually happening? Why is it moving? Why is there buyers and sellers? Understand the mechanics. If you're a forex trader, understand what a pip is, how to calculate a pip, how to understand leverage, understand what literally the mechanics of what trading is. Because if you understand what it is properly and not be excited by thinking, well, I can put my chart, put a moving average in, and I'm going to make a load of money out of it. If you actually understand what it is and what the actual market does, then you've got a good mindset on how to proceed forward and then start learning on particular subjects. So understand what it is first, what trading is first. And the other thing you need to do as well, and this is really important, is understand yourself. Learn about who you are. I know it sounds weird, because if you're an excitable person, passionate person, you might need to refrain from doing something like this. If you're able to be cool, calm, collective, and have a long-term plan, then that's going to help you. As well as that, you need to ask yourself a question: why do I want to trade? What's the point of me trading? Now, a lot of people say that's a stupid question, but it's not a stupid question, because some people say, well, of course, everybody wants to trade to make money. Well, no, not everybody wants to do that. Some people trade for fun.
A lot of
Some people trade for boredom because they're bored, you know? So again, ask yourself, why do you want to trade? And the next question you need to ask yourself is, what is my aims? What am I looking to do with trading? Am I looking to make a load of money quick and fast, which is the wrong answer? But are you looking to slowly generate a passive income and slowly build a portfolio over time, which is the right answer? So again, you need to talk to yourself first, find out what you are and what you want to do, and at the same time, understand the mechanics. That's the best suggestion I can make for people beginning their journey.
Okay. That's a very good suggestion that you have given to our audience. And with this, we will like to end this podcast. Thank you so much, James, for sharing
My
your
absolute pleasure.
sharing experience and giving us so much insights. For our audience, if you have enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and please subscribe to our channel for more interesting trading and investing videos. This is Kritesh and James. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Take care.